Yeah, so here we go again. It's daylight, surprise. I've been grocery shopping, been to the doctor's to get my sick slip, and dropped off an important letter for my government grant for studying. Um, Considering I'm ill, it's been hella productive day, but I'm really not feeling so great. Um, I've been doing something which one is supposed to do, but usually many people, including myself, do not. Which is at lights I've actually been going into neutral, not just clutching in. Um, just because I'm feeling too knackered and my legs are weak and my weak arms are heavy. Uh, Yesterday I had a total of 8 cigarettes. I think today I'm already above that. So, hoping I'm recovering. Ha ha. I suspect I won't be recovered tomorrow. So does the doctor. And so does my boss. So, I'm still going to be sitting at home around tomorrow. And I've got holidays next week. It's a real shame. I really didn't want to miss this week, which is why at the beginning of the week I was selfish, egotistical, and childish by showing up to work, though I felt a bit under the weather. But really, I guess that's the bad thing about being ill. First off, it's not the Rona, obviously. I got myself tested right away, tested myself. Um, but being ill is also annoying AF in the way that one's just sitting around, lying around all day, not being able to do nothing. And Saturday and Sunday, both days, I was fit enough on my legs and all, though my nose had been running. And Monday, yeah, I was fit enough to go to work in timely fashion, start in the morning, unload a couple of jobs, load a couple of jobs. But then, upon request of my co-workers and my boss, I went home because a bit under the weather. I mean, hell, I'm sweating just sitting here. Admittedly, it is over 20 degrees centigrade outside. It's just about 20 degrees centigrade outside, and I'm in the shade, and I'm wearing a sweater. Then again, I'm burning up inside, in bed, wearing nothing but pants, so I still sweat my arse off. It's kind of meh. I haven't forgotten about doing these, though. The last one would have been, what, more than 10 days ago. It's just I haven't been shopping. I suspect part of the reason is my milk consumption had gone down, but I don't actually know. And, yeah, just haven't had much time, I guess, to drink milk. Got some iced tea of the brand of Rauch, literally translated smoke. There's probably a family name. It's just what I picked up, what caught my eye in the supermarket. Haven't had it before. Tastes alright, I can tell you that much. Hella sweet, but that's the point of iced tea. Unless you get proper in a tea joint. Yeah, it's got 6.7 grams of sugar per 100 mils. And this is a 1.5 litre bottle. Damn. I really was hoping to not be ill, but I am, so here I am, I guess. It's obviously not fun, but it's also a dick move of me to show up at work in the first place toward my co-workers and so on. Don't think I learnt from it because I was straightforward in denial. I mean, I am human after all. Yeah, but I got my sick note and I dropped off a letter. I even videoed the dropping off of the letter just so they can't say I didn't drop it off. Today we had a helicopter take off and presumably also land. I didn't see it land, but I saw it take off in front of the house. I actually managed to get some quite steady video just with the phone camera. And the nice thing is the rotors were almost in sync with my shutter, which means they're barely spinning. Yesterday I didn't do nothing all day. Barely left bed. Guess that's why I only had 8 smokes. Then again, considering I barely left bed, 8 smokes is a lot. But yeah, I did actually play some video games. Had my appointment with the doctors, dropped by the doctors to then pick up my sick note. Because I actually managed to do the appointment via online, which is preferred. Because one don't have to wait around. And what can I do for you? Well, I need bed rest. Sick note to do the job. I mean, I only need one for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So, don't think any doctor got a problem with that. Plus, I am actually ill. So, because some people apparently get sick notes just to not have to work, which I don't get. Because the days pass so much quicker when you've got work to do. With shopping groceries today, I actually spent another $70. Considering since I last was more than 10 days ago, that's less than a kebab per day in money. But I did afford myself some fancy shit, like these French things. Don't know what they're called. My French isn't yellow French egg. I got myself a kilo of dried banana. Just banana crisps, chips, whatever you might want to call them. Kilo worth though, and that only cost a tenner. I'm saying only because, hell, a kilo of bananas from dry weight is a lot of bananas, and I don't even got to dry them myself. And of course, most importantly, 14 litres of milk. That's quite handy. Being able to drink milk with honey or so. I mean, one thing I did just remember I forgot. Yeah, I remembered I forgot. Great. Is I want to get some more lemon juice ready bottled, direct lemon juice, because I've been drinking quite some of that mixed up with honey, just as a healthy shot, I guess, to aid in recovery. And it don't taste all too great, even though it's sweet because the honey is still hella sour because of lemon. Here we are. This is being the hundredth session, and I'm fucking ill, not doing anything special. Sad news about that. Then again, last double-digit one. Considering I started with 0, it is the 100th. Though I believe one is unlisted and only available via the playlist due to audio issues, but I've done it anyway. Yeah, for holidays next week, I'm going to spend a couple of days in uni with Welcome Week. Tell some students what to expect or what not to expect. Perhaps they can get out before they're too committed. Who knows, I guess. And then I'll also have to produce my documentation for my internship and for my free project, which is the main point of next week. Like, I got to do it within the next 3 weeks, and next week I got holiday off. I'm working, so this week's gone because of Mill. So I'm happy I'm not ill next week, I guess. Could be worse. And yes, this too will pass. There's like some cracker with some lemon curd or so on top. Ooh, and you can see how sweaty I am with the sunlight reflected off the building to my right. Whew. Let me try and take that for a thumbnail. I do really hope this works out with this place I'm doing my internship at. Been interested in taking me on after the fact for proper working, for paid job. They probably wouldn't offer a degree's worth for money. but I'd probably want to have a sit down with the head of the company, whom I spoke to once thus far, and be in the clear that after a couple of years I'll be looking for pay raise. There's no point in going down to false pretenses. And after a couple of years I'll be worth quite a lot more, because first off, obviously I've gained quite a lot of knowledge in my internship, which was a plus deal for them with the amount of time my internship lasted and how much I learnt, and how much I learnt how early. But I'll also want to learn all the dispatching, obviously. But the good news is, I suspect with the base knowledge I have on how to pack things, etc., etc., most businesses in that industry be interested in giving me a job if they need someone to do a job. Which is something solid, I guess. Just have to not let it get to my head. I will be a student fresh out of uni. Fresh out of uni, yeah. Great German English. Fresh out of uni, there we go. Which means obviously I'm not worth as much on a monthly basis as a tenured employee of rental businesses. But I'll get to that point, assuming I'll manage to stick to it for a while. And the way I suspect it go with working a 40-hour job, so you close your eyes, you open them, and 5 years have passed, and you're a tenured employee. That's at least how I imagine, I guess. Funny how that works, really. Yeah, even sitting here is knackering me. I am going to have a smoke before I say my Cheerios, though. It's nice seeing the city in daylight for once. It's also horrible how much traffic there is in daylight hours. After work, it's much more comfortable driving. Been listening to Henry Pierre Noel, piano, Canadian musician, I believe, and I don't know where from, but Yusef Lateef, which is jazzy, I guess. That's been quite fun listening to. Henry Pierre Noel, I was aware for the past 5 years or so, and every now and then I drop in on one of the 2 albums and listen to him. Is almost abusive piano, I guess, as in not its classical use, but it work. I guess that would also qualify it for jazz. Then again, on my way home now, I might just go to the same old early noughties hip hop, English hip hop, because I like that too, but it's maybe a bit too energetic for me in my current state, I don't know. But jazz work. On Tuesday, because Monday's bank holiday, the follow-up intern will be starting, and they'll have 4 days before we have a week together, so I'll be able to show them the ropes, I guess, hopefully. One thing I've had quite a lot recently, like since I last spoke here, hello, so the past week and a bit, is both the chief and dispatchers asking me, oh, do we have that, do we have this, because I have fairly decent overview of what is in storage. And those are like happy, proud little moments in which I can actually answer because I know the shit, which is really solid. And it's about the time of the year in which we're supposed to be doing an inventory, but I believe we ain't got the staff to be doing it proper. Which means it'll be a thing once I return, assuming they do take me on after my studies. But it's something I'd be happy to have done. I mean, theoretically one can start at any time, assuming everything is entered in the system as proper, what is out and what is not. Not long Cardellini's entered as N-joules or so, even though they are N-joules and maybe they're only an inch longer. In the system, those are Cardellini long. I went to Cardellini's because I know for a fact Cardellini XXL, our inventory is not up to date. We have more in the system than we do in reality. And Cardellini clamps are just these aluminium square forming clamps based on a 5/8 trapezoidal thread, Hackney thread, with a 5/8 spigot on one end. And people usually use them to hang up negative fill or positive fill on in form of huge moltons on pieces of wood. And that's what they're good for. And they're surprisingly expensive if you look at the grand scheme of things. And again, they are cast metal, so surprise, cast aluminium. And I suspect there is only one manufacturer making them. And again, I don't actually know that bit. I managed to fix some stuff the other week at work. Wall breaker set, which is like Polecat's auto poles but stronger, with way more load capacity. One of the screws was completely cold welded, stainless screws, stainless nuts, and two colleagues and me spent several hours trying to get it out without breaking the rest, and we actually managed. Jokingly enough, that was actually economical because you can't buy the shit. And then end of last week, I actually manufactured 2 new screws with hand wheels on them from a threaded rod, admittedly. And I did use an angle grinder, so it went all that sweaty labour. There's always nice fighting entropy as one human for generations to come. Well, if that's not abused too much, and it's a rental item, so it'll probably be abused within a generation to the point of beyond all repair. We'll find out though. And even though I'm ill, and I've been ill since like Monday noon, on Monday I did take back some jobs while I was still at work. The most recent hiree sent me a message with a picture of something, of a job, and I responded to him what the job was and what was done and what had to be done before they even managed to ask the question, which I was real happy about. Work-life balance and all now, but yeah, I was real happy about that. Like, I could tell them, it was customer John Doe, new customer, everything's beeped, they're unloading at camera, and you just have to check their stuff and sort it back into inventory. Yeah, anyways, I hope you aren't ill. If you are, I hope you recover well. I will. By this time next week, well, by Monday next week, this time, I'll be on my legs and writing, because I'll have to, because I ain't got much of a choice. Anyways, stay safe. See you around. Cheerio.